Good morning, everybody. It's me. Lately, with the experimental snapshots, we've been focusing huge time on the above ground because the new mountains, they're amazing, they're breathtaking, literally perfect. But the underground, it's brand new too. Today, we're going to take a look at the caves. Like, subscribe, and drop a follow on my Twitter for daily tweets. Link in the description. Truly and sincerely, I'm so sorry. It's been like 2 weeks now, almost, and the whole time, I basically completely ignored the caves. That's so awkward. This is the first seed that we're looking at. I found two amazing caves in this world. You might recognize this seed, but not yet. These are the coordinates that I'm at right now. I'm pretty far out from world spawn. So to fully experience this first cave, we need darkness. So the caves have been completely redone. They got way deeper, they got way bigger. They're amazing across the board. Seriously, I'm so excited for this update. Once this thing drops, it's going to make this game feel like an entirely new and different game because everything is going to be different. All of the biomes on the surface and, of course, all of the biomes under the ground, including the lush caves biome. Look at this amazing place right here. The cave shaping is like perfect in here. We have the deep slate mixture. We have the stone all over the place and the lush caves. Like, it's so amazing and welcoming. So one of the big changes that you probably have seen a couple people talk about by now, mob spawning. Mob spawning very well may likely be changing in 1.18. It's going to get a whole lot better. At least better in my opinion. Mobs are only going to spawn in true darkness, like all the way 100% dark, light level 0, which is huge. Really gigantic for the lush caves. Clearly, there are some dark spots in here, like down there. That's pretty dark. Over where we just were, it's also pretty dark. But across the board, in general, I could switch into survival in here with 0 gear and actually feel at least like a little bit safe. Like, it's a pretty light biome because of the glowberries. It's amazing. Now, this is kind of like a random wish of mine. I'm still really hoping that there's some kind of light plant on the ground too. Like, even if it's just like a glowing flower, kind of like glow lichen, but like, you know, a flower. Like, that would be amazing. It would make this place feel even more safe. At the same time, though, this biome is so thought out and full of features with all of these drip leaf plants, the glowberries, of course, the spore blossoms, moss blocks. Yeah, this is a really filled out place, and it feels so welcoming. When you take this new biome that looks amazing and combine it with the new cave shapes that are also amazing, you get some really cool looking generation with the vines hanging everywhere. The vines look so great, but I mean, yeah, right here is a showcase of what I'm talking about. There's just such a big light level difference from the ceiling to the floor. I feel like it's kind of weird, throws me off a little bit. But either way, this place is amazing. So this cave is actually amazing right here. So it's all connected from where we started all the way over to this point, and then we can actually keep going. Diamonds right down there, and another gigantic cavern that reaches underneath the lush cave that we were in before. Actually kind of reaches over to another lush cave, if this is a separate one even. Give ourselves some night vision so we can see. We have a mine shaft in there, 2 different aquifers in here, which are really cool. It keeps going down this way, another aquifer over there, and then going back down this way underneath the lush caves that we were just in. It keeps going. Now this is where it kind of gets cut off a little bit, but it turns into a mine shaft, so that's kind of cool. Amazing cave, really cool cave, but I think we're done with it. Back to the world spawn. This is the seed we're in. If you saw 1.18 Experimental Snapshot 2 showcase from earlier this week, it's the same world. You recognize this place. Again, exact same seed. World spawn is like right over there on the mountain. To find this next amazing cave, we don't really have to go far at all. We start right over there. We go over here to this lake next to the Dark Oak Forest Hill, which looks so good. And then all we have to do is go under the ground. Under the ground in here, I've found one of the most amazing looking mineshaft generations that I've seen so far. This mineshaft is essentially the New York City of mineshafts. Look at this thing. There are mineshaft pathways everywhere. So many chains hanging from the ceiling. And look, it gets better. The glow. I'm so excited. I almost called it the glow biome. The lush cave biome right up here on the top too with the glow vines in here. Give it time. These things grow down. Maybe even more glowberries on it. And it's going to look amazing. But right off the bat, it already looks so good. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like you need to experience these caves without night vision before you see it with night vision. The vibes are just clearly completely different. So the mine shaft, here it is again. So many different layers here. If you were to take this whole thing out, you would get so much wood. But this thing is crazy. Like the generation in here with the gigantic cave. But even though this is such a busy mine shaft, like so many different layers here, chains, stuff on the ceiling. Yeah, very busy. Without the night vision, this place still feels incredibly lonely. Like, especially over here. I think it's just because it's so repetitive and just empty, and in some spots we just have big long pathways with like just oak planks, which makes it feel really bare. But this place is amazing. Mineshaft generation is getting so good in this next update. It's going to be so exciting to see this stuff combining with the new gigantic caves like right here. I'm still hoping one day we could get a cave structure update because that would be amazing. I feel like the mineshaft needs a facelift, but honestly, this is like a temporary facelift right here, putting it inside of the new caves. It's just so cool. Pretty amazing spawner placement, by the way. 2 spawners right here. Very, very close. Easily could be a double spawner. And then there's another one over here. This one couldn't be like a triple one, but it's here. Gigantic mineshaft cavern. This place is amazing. It's really cool. You might think it ends there, but it actually doesn't. This cave continues down, and it all connects too. So over here, we have a waterfall that goes down under the mineshaft, mobs in the waterfall, glow squid here, and then a whole nother layer of the cave, which is insane. This gets us all the way down to -45 in the world. Very, very deep. And it just continues over here. Like in this area, insane drop off, really, really big. But I haven't even pointed out the most amazing part about this. So that goes to the bottom of the world. And look at this. This thing is actually open to the sky right here. The birch forest from World Spawn. You jump down into a ravine, you find that gigantic mine shaft, and you keep going, and you get to the bottom where you can find diamonds, like right away. Okay, maybe that breaks the tier progression a little bit, but it's so amazing looking. Like, look at this place. Amazing. Next up, we're going to create a brand new world with a completely random seed and see what we get. So I would be nervous, but I'm not nervous at all. I'm pretty confident that this is going to work out for us because across the board, the caves, from what I've been seeing in the different worlds that I've checked, are all so amazing. So the world seed this time is this number right there. Pretty nice spawn. This is a huge meadow. Like, look at that place. That's gigantic. I mean, it is a meadow, right? Yeah. This is definitely a meadow. This is a really big meadow. And actually, it's so flat too. Like, you could build a whole city up here. I was having trouble finding flat spots. They do exist. Enough with the surface. It's not for today. Looks like we have some pretty interesting cave openings right here. There's one right there. There's another one over here. And then another one kind of over here, but it doesn't really go down into a cave. A huge aquifer right in here with glow squid. And then not much else. I'm not sure if this is just a me thing or what, but so far, from my experience in these experimental snapshots, I actually haven't been able to find very many dripstone cave biomes. I've seen them once in a while, but the lush caves seem to be way more common. I promise, this will be like the last lush caves that we look at today. They're so amazing, though. Look at this one. I just found this one flying through the world. Another gigantic mineshaft over here. Lush caves all over the place. It does get pretty dark in here. Good opportunity for floor flower, but a mineshaft. Not quite as impressive as the last one, but still pretty cool. A vine is growing from it, and then just more lush caves all over the place. Give ourselves night vision, and it gets so much brighter in here. That's a lot of clay. Like, that is so much. You could easily tear all of this out, smelt it up in the furnace, terracotta. Not really for days, but terracotta. Whoa. What did I just find? Okay, one more lush cave. I'm sorry. Okay, so once we get into the room, it's not as impressive. It's split up by an aquifer here, but look at this place right here. Huge cavern, again, aquifer, which, by the way, I really feel like the water under the ground should have a different color, you know, kind of like the swamp biome. I'm not saying like coloring like the swamp biome, I'm just saying a different color, like very distinct. I feel like it would be cool, like cave water, maybe it's like, I don't know, a different color. It could even be done based off of the biomes, like maybe the lush cave biome, it's like a warmer tone, kind of like the warm ocean, and maybe like dripstone cave, it's like a little more cold, and then just other biomes, it's just, you know, a different color. I feel like different color water would make it look really cool, especially when something like this happens. Another mine shaft, and the biggest drop off ever from up there straight down into the lava down here. Gigantic big cavern. This is so amazing. I'm so glad that lava generation happens down there still. And I'm so excited about these aquifers. They're so cool looking. Like, they look amazing. Hopefully, by the time the update releases, something is under the water in the aquifers, though. It's so plain looking. Like, even if, like, maybe, like, cave grass, like seagrass, but cave grass generates in the water down there, I don't know. Like, the thing doesn't even have to do much just to make it more interesting looking because it's so weird looking. More waterfalls, though. So that's a good cave. This is the location of the cave, pretty close to the world spawn. Dripstone caves. They're interesting. They're not as good as the lush cave at all, but I haven't been able to find very many of these caves naturally in survival in these experimental snapshots. I found a few, but nowhere near lush cave amount. So what I like to do here is find at least one dripstone cave biome today. Just fly around on the ground. Hopefully, eventually, we find one before too long. I could locate the biome, but I'd like to test this out. I have no clue, genuinely, why I can't find any of these places. It's legitimately almost like this cave update has one biome, or two. Normal cave and lush caves, because I found another gigantic lush cave. It's still nothing. Oh yeah, by the way, and when I say gigantic, we have this right here, water falling down, gonna ruin the lava. It goes up over here and keeps going. Yep, another gigantic lush cave biome. That's big. And then nothing, or at least no dripstone cave biome. So let's see how close the nearest dripstone caves is. Is it close at all? Kind of, but not really. Huh? I mean, it's all still loading in. Huh? Don't tell me this is the Dripstone Caves biome. No, they can't be right. Okay, moving through here, I'm finding a few more patches of dripstone in here. There's some right there. There's some over here, a little bit more concentrated. But what? Huh? I mean, I guess I'll leave it up to you. You let me know which biome is better. We have the lush caves, or we have the dripstone caves. Look at this place. Oh man, it's so cool. It's so pointy. Ah man, that's a tough one. Is it just me getting unlucky? Or do the dripstone caves seem like so rare? Okay, finally, I found one that's a little bit more substantial. It's actually pretty close to where we just were, but it still doesn't even compare. Like, after looking at the lush caves, it's kind of just disappointing, to be honest. Like, the ground is cool and interesting, better than the old caves, and this big structure right in there, yeah, that's very, very cool looking, but it just doesn't compare. After looking at the lush caves and then coming to this place, honestly, I know this is Experimental Snapshot. It really looks like this place is just heavily a work in progress, though. Like, it feels so empty, and it just doesn't have anything near the amount of content as the other biome. Like, it's like literally just slap a new block on top of a new cave, and that's the new bad boy. What do you think, though? Which cave biome is your favorite out of the ones that we've seen? Elites, that's gonna do it for cave exploration today. Would you like to see more? A part 2, maybe? Then leave a like on this video. Subscribe for more daily lush cave content. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye, everyone.